We joined Candice at Bass Racing to take us through a number of runners for Sunday at Hollywood Bets Kenilworth. Candice, race 1, you've got the 5 runners. Due to the number, I'll just go through them one by one. Rainbow Lorikeet, a Karari first-timer out of Nightingale, that's Silvano May.
Yes, Vicky, I could probably just give you a whole rundown. My horses will pretty much need the experience first time out. She's obviously out of Nightingale. She's going to be looking for a bit of ground. I had the first foal, which didn't show a lot of pace early on. I think she shows a little bit more pace than what this one has, but I would think she needs experience. So I can't really expect too much from her on Saturday. But it's a nice new young partnership of young students, so they're all very excited about her run.
Number 6, Silent Winter, Anthony Up. What a winter filly out of a Captain Almere.
Yeah, she's a strong little filly, Vicky. She's very, very small. She's probably the smallest horse I think I've ever had in my yard. So I'm not quite sure how she's going to handle this very soft, heavy going. She's got short little legs, but she shows a bit of speed. I think the going might be an issue for her though, but also again we'll probably need the experience.
Strata's the filly with the form with Elder Up, and she seems to be getting closer with every run.
Oh look, she's got the obvious form in the race. She ran a good. She was beaten by a decent filly last time out. It was a fairly strong race. The first 3 fillies, I think. So yeah, looking at the field, she probably got one to beat there on paper, but she should have a good chance.
Captivate, back and trip after her last 2 runs.
Yeah, just trying anything with her. She showed a little bit first time out, and since then she just hasn't done a thing. And I've tried her, a little bit further, and it's much the same sort of story. So she's got one more chance back in the 1,000 meters, and I think if she doesn't show anything tomorrow, then we'll probably have to move her along.
And the last of the runners, Love Shack with Craig Up, a Captain Almere.
Same with her. She shows quite a bit of speed, and she's been improving very nicely at home now. So yeah, again, I would think she would need the experience first time out, but she shouldn't run a bad race.
Race 2, you've got Country Time. She looks well suited to the 1,000.
Yeah, she loves the 1,000 meters, Vicky. I don't know about the very heavy going with her. She's got very much a daisy cutting action. She likes to race up handy, and she's improved nicely from her first run that she had a little while back. But going might be an issue, and I think it's quite an open race too. But she's pretty fit and well.
Race 4, the 3 runners. Windrunner, you've got Morne Up. He's shown 2 nice runs.
Yeah, she's actually quite a nice filly because she's very athletic. She didn't have a draw last time out, and she just needed a run back. So again, this time round, from a good draw, I think she must be a runner there. Well, she certainly will have a chance. Obviously, Justin's got a filly that won pretty well. She looks to be the filly to beat. So if not, then she certainly could be in the money.
Peace Frog, will she be better at she's well drawn, thankfully.
Yeah, she's also drawn well, and much improved run from her over the 1400. I think being by Horizon, she's looking for this sort of ground. She actually worked really nicely in the week on Tuesday, I think it was. So yeah, I'm hopeful of a nice run from her again. Again, 1 or 2 to beat, but on the improvement that she's shown at home, she may well find the frame, and I would put her in my quartets.
The last of them, Flamboyant Flyer with Devon Up.
Also, a very athletic filly, lovely long striding filly. I don't know how the going will suit her with that type of action. Last time it was drawn hopelessly wide and never really got into the race. She's the kind of filly that also has ability, so I think if she can get somewhere in the race in the early on, she should run an improved race, but maybe just one more before she's ready.
Race 6, the 3 runners. Queen of Sparta, she's close up in her last 3 runs.
Yeah, shame. She's just been just behind those front fillies. She's got a big weight to carry. Got her back in a 1400. It's so hard to try and find a distance for this filly. I think she pretty much runs the same race whether you put her up the straight or around the turn. So back around the turn from a good draw. She has got top weight, but I still think she could be competitive.
Perilla, lovely consistent run since her race.
Yeah, good run from her last time in the mile. Back in a 14, I think that's her best distance. She needed her run a bit last time, so she should be a much fitter filly this time around. Not drawn that well. She's drawn a bit wide, so she's going to have to try and get a position on this old course. But she's doing well, and she should be a lively runner.
I said similar comment about Philosophize. Also, sort of the same as the other 2.
Yeah, not much between mine. Philosophize also, she's been quite consistent since she won again, and again also not drawn that well, but kind of filly that could also find the frame.
Race 7, Thundermaster, up and trip, and can we just look past his last run?
Yeah, look, it was no kind of a run at all. He just, just didn't really put in much effort at all. I've got him over a little bit further. Not sure whether it's going to be a touch on the far side for him, especially in the heavy going. I think his best trip is a mile, but it looked like a fairly weak race, so I thought we'd take our chances. But yeah, question mark. He needs to improve on that last run.
Race 8, Silent Trigger, a little short rest. His last few runs he's been quite close up though.
Yeah, look, he went to the race course the other day and then he refused to go down to start, so that didn't help my cause at all. So over a 1400, which is probably his best trip, so now we're back over a mile. In the heavy going, it's not ideal for him, but yeah, he probably could have done with a gallop or so in between now. It's just been a little bit long in between runs, so he could possibly need the run in this going. But hopefully all goes well and he goes down to the start. He has been back there and repassed, so not quite sure what his story was last time out. But I think he might just need it a bit.
Race 9, the 2 runners, Piroshka and Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona coming off a break. He's got top weight there, so he's carrying a big weight. It's drawn on the outside. He's the kind of horse that likes to have cover in a race, so hopefully he can get that there. I think it's a very open race, Vicky. I think it's a difficult race to try and pick a winner there, but look, he's doing really well at home. I'm hoping that he doesn't need it. I was hoping that I think if he'd run it in good going, I would have said he likes to run fresh, but it makes a little bit of a difference when it's heavy like that. He might just get a little bit leg weary towards the end, but he's doing well. He's really working well at home, so I'm hoping that he doesn't need it too much and that he could be thereabouts. Piroshka, a little bit disappointing last time out. He had a run back after his gelding over 1,000, which was a good run, and then a bit disappointing his second run back. Hopefully just the second run back. Hasn't wintered that well. His coat is quite long and he looks a little bit wintry, so he needs to improve on that last run, but a very difficult race to pick a winner.
Candice, thank you and all the best.
Pleasure, thank you.
It's Candice taking us through runners for Hollywood Bets on Sunday.